Welcome y bienvenidos to this episode of Love Learning You. And today's episode, I am excited to introduce you all to something I'm coming out with, but I also wanted to do a free workshop because why not? Why not? So let's hop into it. I was recently giving a presentation at a K-12 education conference, and I got the question that I always get, which is, Justine, what do you use for your presentations and documents? And I was just working on, I'm actually in the process of building some things here in the Teach AI platform. More to come with that. However, Canva Queen Academy is one of the programs that is part of the Teach AI platform that is launching in 2025. I've been hard at work in my labs and I am here to create with you all today. So I want to share this because I often took for granted as a K-12 educator, whether that was a school leader, or a teacher, no matter my title, this privilege of being able to create so often. And what I mean by that is I was creating a class newsletter, a classroom website, a staff website when I was an assistant principal. Like, I got to do a lot of really cool things. I love technology. I've always had a knack for it. And I also loved doing designing. Like, one of my jobs when I was a K-12 teacher in the summers was working at a sign shop, and I did their mock-up designs for customers. So I say that in full transparency. I've actually worked with Canva for about 8 years, and I've had my consulting firm, Educator Aid, for almost as long as that. So I have grown a lot with Canva. This is a system I feel very comfortable with. And I just wanted to give you all a little bit of background because one of the programs in our Pro Teach AI platform is Canva Queen Academy. And Canva Queen Academy is really to give anyone, not just queens, but I just like that name. But but anybody, the nuts and bolts tools of, oh my goodness, I don't even know what Canva is. I don't know where to begin when I log in because it's overwhelming. So there's going to be 3 tips that I give you really quick that are like your best friend. And one of them will be going over the core of any design that you try to create here. So this first design is just an 1120 by 1120. It's like a social media post size. And we're just going to call this our sample design. Now, when you sign up for Canva, please understand that their free account is amazing. I used their free account the first few years of being an entrepreneur, and I have built so many things in here, not only for my coaching clients who needed help synthesizing ideas, but I also use a lot of my protocols and templates in Whiteboard, which is a whole feature and application within Canva. The other thing is that Canva has a mobile app. And for me, who travels often and I'm on the go, or let's be honest, if a mood strikes you and you're like taking a bath or you're laying in bed, you can make those edits or you can put your ideas down. Finally, if you're a person who likes to scrapbook, but maybe you just don't really feel that tech savvy, you've come to the right place. I have always been a scrapbooker since I was little. I love collage art, like just that type of storytelling. I think Canva speaks to me for that same reason. So you're in good company if you're here. We'll teach you all the basics, and then you can just have fun with all the different design elements. All right, finally, if you have questions or comments or ideas, just comment below and make sure you hit subscribe too. It helps us out and it helps me to continue to create high level content for you all. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to put Pablo on the screen. This is a picture of my dad. I was working on a design recently because I want to talk about the power of our parents and just understanding your origin story. So this is a picture of my dad. What's up, Pablo? He's a huge influence in my life, and he's also where I get a lot of my artistic creativity. He's very artistic himself. So when you are in here, all that I did to grab that is there's a section on the left here that I want to point out. This is #1 button. I'm pointing out 3 buttons to you all today in this workshop. That's it. If you learn nothing else, start with these 3 buttons. So once you're logged in and signed up for Canva, let me just show you what the home screen looks like. Let's get out of this design. It's going to automatically save this design for us. And you want to make sure you're on the home. So on the upper left where my mouse is, that's your home button. This is one of your best friends. And this is where I can search through designs. I can, I can build all of my templates, etc. I'm getting into all of those things in Canva Queen Academy. But for today, once you're signed up, once you say, I want to click on a design, maybe you go to the Dream Lab, etc., whatever, you're going to click on it. Oh, I clicked on the wrong file. We wanted the one with Pablo's picture. There we go. There we go. So I'm going to pop this file open with the arrow for our sample design. And we have my dad's picture from his senior year on there. And here, now let me get back to this, uploads. So uploads are actually where you can upload all of your own pictures and files yourself. So under uploads is where anything you upload, you can see I've been doing some stuff for presentations. I also do my social media development and here, all that kind of stuff. You can create folders, you can organize all your files. So up here is where you're going to title. I just called it sample design, but you can give your name any title. You can also save it to different folders. So uploads, the button that is the fifth down on the left, that's where you're going to find videos, images, and audio that you have uploaded for yourself. All of these other buttons over here are going to give you things like elements. So right here, I can say party hat. Maybe I want a party hat and I want to put a party hat on Pablo because his birthday is coming up or something like that. This is where you search elements. It's where you search pretty much anything and everything you would want to add to a design or reshape or reimagine. I can also go into my color palette across the top and say, no, I don't want yellow. I actually want peach. Let me change that to peach. I want this to be dark green. And then I actually want the purple to be tan. And then I can get this pink color to be gray. And we're just going to change the whole look. So that's a very, very quick tutorial on that. So two buttons, uploads and then elements. And this is going to let you add anything and everything you wanted to a design. So that's the first two buttons. Uploads, it's where you're going to upload any of your own pictures that you may want to edit. And then elements. So the reason I started with these two buttons is because they are what you are typically going to use the most to create any design in Canva. The final button I'm going to show you is just the edit button. And under edit, when I click on Pablo's picture, it's going to bring up a whole new left pane here that is going to let you adjust. So if I want to adjust all of the different sharpness, clarity, vibrance, saturation, the shadows, if you get into those or you're more of a technical photographer, I can also just select a background, foreground, or the whole image. I'm going to choose background. And what I want to actually do is let's change the background to be more this tinted blue. And our battery's getting low. That means I'm talking too much. Ooh, let me go back. Okay. So we've changed the backgrounds. And in here under Magic Studio, I can do a multitude of things. I can actually remove the background completely. That's what BG Remover means. That is a pro element, a pro feature. And again, that's $120 per year for this. If I have a referral code that gives you a discount, I will definitely link it below, but I have to check my account and even see if that's a thing. Magic Eraser, Magic Grab, Grab Text, Magic Edit, Magic Expand. I won't go into each of those. You can also see all of the different filters. And maybe I want to make this Astro and we make it look a little bit more vintage, even more vintage than it was. I can blur, I can face retouch, I can autofocus, I can do mock-ups, I can do an image upscaler. That one's kind of interesting. It's interesting to see how Canva shifts your photos and stuff. But a cool one would also be that because we've removed Pablo's background, the final thing I'll show you, let me go back to elements. And my dad loves the water, fishing on the water. I'm going to put in fishing on the water and I'm going to go for a photo. I'm going to go for a photo because my dad loves to bass fish. Ooh, hang on. This looks like one he would be interested in. I'm gonna put this as his background. Gonna hit position at the top and send it all the way to the back. I'm actually down here. You can adjust the size at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to extend the size so the fish is in the corner. Woo! Excuse me. Oh, bless me. Um, Thank you, Jesus. Okay. And then we want Pablo's picture in the bottom right. And he's just going to be pondering and thinking about this beautiful fish that he's caught, and he's imagining it. Now, if I were making this for real, I would probably do so many more things and so many more adjustments just being me because I tend to be picky about design. But you get the idea how it can become very fun and also easy to design your own things. My dad would actually love to print this off and put it in his office probably, just because he would. But but I hope that you enjoyed this kind of initial start. The buttons that we reviewed today were just how to add different elements. That could be graphics, videos, audios, photos, videos you generate, mock-ups, frames, different charts, all types of things. We also looked at uploads and how you can upload all of your own tools and resources and photos and images, whether that's for social media or presentations, articles, published reports, etc., newsletters. And then finally, we also tapped into just a few of the different editing tools up here. We have not barely touched the tip of the iceberg, but to learn more about Canva Queen Academy and the cool things we're doing with the Pro Teach AI platform, still in development, check out the links below that I've included. And I just thank you all for tuning in. We have some really incredible guests coming up in 2025 for Love Learning You featured voices. And I'm going to continue sharing more and more about tools that really make life, especially for K-12 educators, that's teachers, principals, and superintendents, how specifically for those three groups in K-12 education, we can make our lives easier, healthier, and wealthier. And one of those ways is through tech tools. They are something that has helped me for years to create systems that make my work easier, whether those are data systems. And we do have an accelerator academy if that's more of your thing. And you want to learn about Excel formulas and how to create graphs and manage and monitor school-wide data, district-wide data, or even student-level data in the classroom. These are some of the things I'm passionate about, because part of loving learning ourselves is being okay to refine the things that are no longer serving us. And one of the things I find that is most common when I'm with groups of K-12 educators, regardless of your title, is that we continuously do things really, really hard that don't need to be done really, really hard. Like, why are we making our lives more difficult? So my hope is to just share tools and tips and tricks that have helped me along the way, helped streamline newsletters, help create consistent design templates, maybe even for how you kick off lessons with students, maybe how you introduce things, especially in older grade levels of students. I know many teachers, they use PowerPoint decks each week to amplify their objective while students are working and have their guiding questions. It's a practice that I used as well. And quite frankly, I do it now still so that I don't forget key points of what I need to teach. There's a lot to remember, and I don't think that there's any shame in us using systems and tools that support that. So thanks for tuning in and being on this journey. I can't wait for you all to hear from, again, some of the guests, but be sure that you check out some of our recent interviews. Blech. Blech, I'm tongue-tied today, but some of our recent interviews, especially with Magda Tabak, Isabel Drawn, and Kashawn Parker, those are our three most recent. And not only are we talking about emotional intelligence, but Isabel's interview is so inspiring. She just had an incredible conference called Loud Whisper. And then Magda's interview, she's a neuro-mindfulness expert. Just lots of cool things coming out for you all. And even if maybe our main topic for this episode was not related to emotional intelligence or cultural awareness, one of those things of being emotionally intelligent and culturally responsive are using tools that help us spend more time focused on those things. So if this tool or any others that I introduce can help with you spending more time getting in touch with who you are, spending time in reflection and introspection, then that is what I am here to do, and I'm all for it. So comment below if you have questions or if you want more videos like this. Again, more details to come for how you can actually join the Canva Queen Academy program if that's something you're interested in. But take care. Let's continue to get compassionately curious together. And I'm so, so grateful. We now have subscribers and regular listeners in 40 plus countries around the world. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you for hitting follow and subscribe. Continue to send us your questions and feedback. Take care.